Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Shadow of War. I think it is Sunday night. It's almost midnight though, so yeah, but again, this won't be uploaded until a bit later, but okay, so again, I'm hoping I can fast travel somewhere over here. Is that possible? I can fast travel here. Oh yeah, okay, I forgot about the towers that we took over, the fast travel points. So it looks like we've only done one. I know we've done, I believe, two in total, but I can only see one here on the map, so I guess we'll go here. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there was a decent amount of stuff that I wanted to talk about. So we'll go ahead and do that. So first up, the Celebrity Big Brother cast was announced earlier today, and interesting. I actually really like the cast. I think people, for the most part, that I've seen are pretty positive. I mean, there's a lot of people saying, "Who the fuck are these people?" But again, you're going to get that with these sort of celebrity casts. Again, a lot of people said that with the first season of Celebrity Big Brother. Then again, with Celebrity Big Brother season 1, I'm trying to think. I think I knew. I had at least heard of everyone there, except for, I'm trying to think. I think except for James Maslow. All right, wait, I'm looking at the cast right now. Like season 1, Ariadna, I knew, obviously I knew of her. I didn't know exactly who she, like I didn't know her name right away, but I knew that she was I knew about the girl, obviously, that did that Steve Harvey mistakenly said was Miss Universe and that sort of thing. But yeah, Brandi Glanville, I knew. I don't know if obviously is the right term to be using there.
I'm gonna use my spears to stick new maggot holes all over your body.
But yeah, to me, that's the only reason I actually know her is because of actually, I guess I know her from because she was Leanne Rimes' husband, right? Before he cheated on her with Leanne Rimes. But okay, this guy dodges a lot. What the fuck? No? Okay. Oh fuck. Yeah, yeah, Brandi I knew. Chuck Liddell I did not know, I don't believe. Even though, I mean, Chuck Liddell is actually pretty big in his own field, but again, it's not something like I don't care about UFC and that sort of thing. So. But I mean, like, he actually did pretty big in that field, though. But yeah, did not know Chuck Liddell, and then James Maslow, as I said, did not know James Maslow.
We will meet again, and I will have my revenge.
Fuck you. Let me kill you.
I'll slice you open and tie your feet together with you.
Yeah, there we go. Fuck you. Yeah, Keisha Knight Pulliam, I knew.
This one was trying to be subtle.
Oh no, Marissa I actually did not know.
One of Mordor's assassins.
Yeah, Marissa I didn't know. Actually, yeah, so I believe I actually knew, I know more people from this cast than I did last cast, but Mark McGrath I knew very well. Then Meta World Peace I knew, Omarosa I knew, Shannon Elizabeth and Ross Matthews I knew. So yeah, I mean, like, so there were 3 people in the last cast I did not know. And again, like with some of these, like Meta World Peace, like I knew of him, I didn't really know much about him. Like I would say, like Ross Matthews I knew a good amount about, Shannon Elizabeth I knew a good amount about, Omarosa obviously I knew a good amount about, and then Mark McGrath I knew a good amount about. And those were, like, I think I was the most excited for those 4 as well. Like some of these other people, like Keisha Knight Pulliam, again, I knew her to a degree. It's again, I knew she was on Celebrity Apprentice, and I knew what she's from, but it's like, whatever. I wasn't like super excited for her. To be honest, actually, I was actively unexcited. Unexcited? I was not excited that she was there, but whatever. But again, anyway, like that ended up being a fun cast. I'm excited for this cast. I think this cast is fun. Again, all right, let's look at the list. All right, we got Anthony Scaramucci. I know who he is. Yeah, I don't know. Like Julie Chen seemed to be like super interested in having him on the cast for some reason. Like she was like super obsessed with him last year, when they were going over the casting last year, and like Julie Chen said, who is the one person that you would be a dream to get, and she said Anthony Scaramucci for some reason. And yeah, now he's here, and supposedly they did ask him last year, and he declined. But I guess he accepted this time, and yeah, I'm fine with that. I think it'll be interesting. I don't think it's a like. Yeah, I don't think it's like if I would have I would have preferred like Sean Spicer even over Anthony Scaramucci, but Scaramucci's not bad either. Like fine, whatever.
There are a few,
again, from a casting
but
standpoint, not
one
from
in
a
particular. The last bodyguard of the war chief.
whatever, just from a casting standpoint, I'm talking about. Then we got Dina Lohan, which again was a lot of the rumors. A lot of the rumors had Dina Lohan in them. I don't believe any of the rumors had Scaramucci, by the way. I believe a lot of them had Sean Spicer. None of them had Scaramucci, so that's interesting. Yeah, Dina Lohan, that was in a lot of the rumors, and yeah, turned out to be right. Wait, what button are we pushing? Okay. And yeah, I'm fine with it. Whatever. I mean, like, again, is she really that much of a celebrity? I don't know. But again, I mean, at the end of the day, it's like, again, it is Celebrity Big Brother. It's like, what do you expect? I don't know, it's fine. Again, I would have preferred Lindsay Lohan. But Dina Lohan, whatever. Who cares? Joey Lawrence, I did not know who he was. I had to look him up. And yeah, I mean, the thing about this, like, I knew a lot of these people just by their names. Which, again, like, even with Celebrity Big Brother last year, there were a couple that I had to, like, look them up. I mean, like, I believe only Ariadna I had to look up. Out of the ones I knew, but, like, I really know. But, like, this time, I feel like a lot of these I knew right away. Again, Joey Lawrence, I did not know at all, though. Yeah, I didn't know Joey Lawrence at all. So there's that. Again, he's from Blossom. I think he's done something else. I don't remember. But, oh, wrong button. I pushed the wrong button there, but, okay. But, yeah, I mean, Joey Lawrence, I don't know, I think he'll be interesting. I don't think it's the worst casting in the world. Again, the problem with this is that we haven't seen their actual interviews. Like, CBS hasn't released their interviews yet, so, I mean, I don't know. Like, maybe, like, once I see the interviews, maybe I'll hate him. But it's like, as right now, it's whatever. Jonathan Bennett, I knew who he was. And again, he was in a lot of the rumored cast. I mean, a lot of it was because he had recently started following a lot of Big Brother people on Twitter, and like he was like hanging out with some of them too. So it was like people were like started getting suspicious. Yeah, he's one that like I definitely knew now because of all the rumors, but I think beforehand I don't know if I would have known him. I think he's one of those that maybe I would have known him if I looked him up. But I definitely wouldn't have known him right away. But whatever. Then we got, I think the only other person on this entire cast I have no knowledge of at all is Kandi Burruss. And I literally never heard of that person ever in my entire life. And yeah, she's from Real Housewives. She's also used to be a singer. Okay, well, fucking, there we go. But again, I knew nothing about her. And I still know nothing about her, so there's that. And supposedly she was a last-minute replacement, too. Which, again, makes sense, because I feel like all these other celebrities are, like, more popular than her. Maybe not. Maybe that's not probably true. But, still, like, again, it's not a field that I'm, like, Real Housewives is not a thing I'm super, it obviously is not a thing I'm into at all, and it's something I'm not well versed in, and the only reason, like, Brandi Glanville I knew last season, was because of, one, the LeAnn Rimes stuff, and two, because of Celebrity Apprentice, so that's why I knew Brandi Glanville, but, like, here, and also she was on Celebrity Big Brother UK, right? I believe is, did I even watch it, though? I don't think I did. I don't think I watched that season. Did I watched a few of them. I think I watched back. I watched the Gary Busey season.
Here I am in Mordor, and I run into a bunch of lazy men swine. And now I gotta kill the lot of you.
Oh shit. Oh my god. Okay, fuck that up. Who else is there? Okay, fine. Okay. Then after that was Kato. Again, another person that was heavily rumored. Especially because, like, again, that video leaked a bit too early. So again, not surprising that he's on here. Again, another one that, like, I don't know if I would have recognized him without. Fuck you. I don't know if I would have recognized his name right away if it wasn't for obviously him being in the talks recently, but definitely, like, after looking him up, I would have definitely recognized him. So yeah. Fuck. Oh no. Oh my god, we still made it though. There we go, killed him. Okay. Then we got Lolo Jones, who I definitely knew.
I almost feel sorry for the war chief we're hunting.
Yeah.
He'll be lonely without his bodyguards.
I'm interested in seeing her. She was on the challenge, I guess, and supposedly she was good on that. Yeah. Always had a crush on her. There's that too. I'm a bit tall for my liking, but I'm still whatever. But still, yeah, Lola Jones. That should be some fun. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, I mean, supposedly she was good on the challenge. So there's that. She was in Dancing with the Stars too, I guess, but she was the first one eliminated. That seems about right. All right. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. After Eva Marie again was leaked beforehand, so that's not surprising at all. Ricky Williams, again, someone who I knew right away that okay, I remember this guy. He's a football player. I believe like he had gotten in some sort of legal trouble in the past. From what I remembered, I think it's like something to do with pot, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about his actual personality though, so I can't really say. Then we got Ryan Lochte, and Ryan Lochte I was surprised by. I mean, there was like one list, I believe, that had Ryan Lochte on it, but like I wasn't really seriously thinking that Ryan Lochte was going to be on Celebrity Big Brother, but he's here. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I mean, like, Ryan Lochte's like, I don't know how intelligent he actually is. I don't feel like he's not the most intelligent person in the world. But it'll be interesting to see him play. I mean, I don't know. I think one of the bigger names on the cast, right? I mean, I think in terms of like overall just popularity, I mean, Scaramucci obviously is more of a big ticket item right now, but it's like, I think in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I think Ryan Lochte is definitely a big name. And then, I don't know, I think Ryan Lochte, Anthony Scaramucci, probably Kato to a degree, I guess, and then probably Tom Green, which we'll get to in a second. I don't know how big of a name Tom Green is, but he's a big name for me, though. Oh yeah, we'll get this. But Ryan Lochte, again, I'm interested in seeing him playing, but we'll see how it goes. Then we got Tamar Braxton, who, again, I knew. I mean, I remember because my parents back in the day, I mean, I don't know how long ago this was, like 5 years ago or so, 4 years ago, used to watch this stupid reality show that she had with the Braxtons and stuff, whatever. Yeah, Braxton Family Values. And I remember watching that. The problem is I wouldn't have known which one she was. Like, obviously I knew the Braxtons. Like, I knew that one of them was like a super successful singer back in the 90s. I forgot which one now, but oh wait, we don't have a quest selected. But either way, I mean, obviously she's known for reality TV nowadays, so it's like, I feel like it'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully she's not a Keisha Knight Pulliam. But I think it'll be fine, you would think. How do we go to the map again? There we go. So it's over here. Do we not have a fast travel point? We do not. Could have sworn I did one over there. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Well, that's annoying then. How far away is that?
Shelob's visions
Oh,
will
it's only
reveal
900.
our path.
We must tread carefully, Talion.
So there's that, and then Tom Green is the final cast member, which for me is a big name. Tom Green, he has another one that like my dad used to be like really loved the Tom Green show for some reason. So I remember I used to watch it as a kid, and like I never found Tom Green that great, but yeah, I had watched a lot of stuff with Tom Green when I was younger, and then he did Freddy Got Fingered, which that's something. But yeah, I mean, he's a pretty mediocre comedian. But there's that. He was also on Celebrity Apprentice, and he was a complete clusterfuck on that. So I think it'll be fun to see him play Big Brother. I think for me, he's definitely one I'm more excited for. He's kind of like the Mark McGrath for me this season. But then again, I think I always had more hope of Mark McGrath being a better player than Tom Green. I don't really have much hope for Tom Green being a good player. But it should still be fun. I don't know. Like if I were to actually pick a winner pick just based on what I know so far, I would probably go for Jonathan Bennett, I'm thinking, in terms of who I actually think is gonna win. But also I gotta root for Tom Green, right? I mean, like Tom Green, or I don't know, or Lolo Jones, I guess. I don't know. Probably Tom Green though. I mean, like, can you imagine a Tom Green win of Big Brother? Like, what a clusterfuck that would be. But either way, there's that. That's it for Celebrity Big Brother. That's the entire cast. 12 people, which is one more than last year. What's also strange is that I believe there's a gender imbalance, right? I believe it's 7 males, 5 females, which is also strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 to 5. So and what's weird is that Candy was the replacement. So it's like, you would assume, I don't know, maybe there were more replacements, but it's weird that it's 7 to 5. It's kind of weird.
Still standing.
Oh, it's so selfless.
But yeah, I feel like last year, it was the females that were like the bigger names, I feel like. With, I mean, like most specifically Omarosa. I feel like this time, though, I kind of feel like the males are definitely the bigger names here, of Tom Green, Ryan Lochte,
Be careful.
Kato, Scaramucci. I mean, like, probably the biggest name from the females is probably either Lola Jones or Dina Lohan. I feel like, again, like Eva Marie, I don't think she's too big of a name. Tamar Braxton, I think, is fine. Again, same thing with Candy Burris. It's like, whatever. So it's, I don't know.
I know what you fear, Talion.
God damn it, I'm not gonna write nose out of nowhere. Yeah, I just got, also, the Critics' Choice Awards were tonight. I watched that. Kind of in the background. I was doing a lot of writing today, but, yeah, the Critics' Choice Awards were on.
The ring can enslave.
Nothing too, like, nothing mind-blowingly shocking. Like, with the Golden Globes, again, with, like, Bohemian Rhapsody winning Best Drama and stuff like that, was, what the fuck? But, with, this, I feel like this is probably, like, this was definitely probably a bit closer to what I'm thinking the Oscars is gonna end up being. Really strange how there were 2 ties through the night. Obviously with a tie with, Lady Gaga and Glenn Close, which I think Glenn Close has got this Oscar at this point. Like, I'm surprised at how much like how much
One war chief makes little
like attention Glenn Close is getting at this point, because again, it was a movie that wasn't even on my radar at all. Like Glenn Close for the Wife, like it was a movie that I never heard of, but now she's won the Golden Globe and the Critics' Choice. I feel like she's probably the front runner now for the Oscar, over Lady Gaga. And I feel like The Star is Born, like I feel like all of the momentum is getting sucked up now. Like, I don't know where, because like coming into award season, I would have thought like The Star is Born is like the clear winner in like all these categories. Again, tonight the only thing it won for was Best Song, Lady Gaga, and then Best Actress, Lady Gaga, and that was a tie. So it's like, I don't think this is definitely not good. Oh, fuck off. We have to do it stealthy. So this is not good for Stars Born, and
You should put water on your whetstone when sharpening a
yeah, again, I feel bad for Bradley Cooper because you could definitely tell Bradley Cooper
been a fool.
is super
Too good for man swine.
ah fuck, I fucked up. Like he's really thinking that this is like his this is like his masterpiece in a way. And the fact that he isn't getting the recognition for it right now, it's kind of a shame. Even though, because again, the movie's been kind of propped up. Again, I haven't watched the movie, and I don't really know. Like again, I don't know if I'll like it as much as some of these other people, but the fact that again, it's been built up so much.
Did you hear that?
That
Usually work alone. I hope
like,
the
I
name of
definitely
these
would have
Gondorian
expected him
archers
to
is true.
be
Otherwise,
winning a
we'll
lot,
be
like
dodging
in
friendly
Best
arrows.
Actor again. First one with Rami Malek, this time went to Christian Bale, which I thought was a bit surprising. That's probably my biggest surprise of the night, to be honest. I did not think Christian Bale was winning that, especially because he already won the comedy one. I did not think he was going to win Best Actor just in general, but I guess he did. Yeah, again, I was expecting either Bradley Cooper or Rami Malek. But then, yeah, I mean, the thing about Rami Malek, though, that's tough, is that Bohemian Rhapsody obviously was not loved by... Oh, fuck off. Was not loved by the critics. And obviously, this is the Critics' Choice Awards. Oh my god, I fucked this up. Can you, like, climb, please?
If I killed her, wish that little coughing thing was choked to death.
An elven archer would be worth 3 Gondorian archers.
Really? Only 3?
But, yeah, I mean, well, after that, again, not many surprises. Roma won Best Picture, which, again, it was between that and A Star is Born. Again, went to A Star is Born, which, again, I think, I'm kind of feeling like A Star is Born is not going to do too well at the Oscars either. And I really thought it was going to, but, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I think it'll get a lot of nominations. I do think it'll get a lot of nominations, but I just don't, I don't know. I mean, like, I think its momentum is, like, really disappearing. Okay, how many are left?
I've seen this many captains together who weren't trying to kill each other. That's because the war made them realize by working together, they'll kill scores of men.
There's that. I also watched the new episode of Sequester right before I finished, or before I started recording actually, and it was okay. It was fine. Again, I've been really positive on the season as a whole.
Something just moved over there.
Fuck. I feel like this episode is just kind of eh. Not much there.
Whoever did this, I'll bleed 'em dry.
Especially for Serena Boot, who is kind of one of the, I believe actually, like, I think probably the quietest character of the season up to this point. Like, I think she's definitely, like, I think a lot of the people that are I mean, I think something Sequester does pretty well, especially this season of the Sequester does really well, is I think I know all of these cast members pretty well at this point. Again, like, season 1 was a mess, and season 1 was definitely a bit of a clusterfuck where I just don't think they had the footage that they needed to really tell a coherent story, and because of that, like, a lot of characters, like I just knew nothing about in the first season of Sequester. But of the real life version of Sequester, I've never watched the actual online one. But well, we're actually doing this. I'm surprised. I thought we would have to start over. But yeah, I mean, this has been a really fun season. Again, so much better than the first one. I think the first one, there we go.
the last of the archers.
Now let's get to a vantage point.
I watched the first season. I thought it was okay. But again, a very flawed season in terms of the editing and everything. I think in terms of drama it was there, but just again editing and just the amount of footage, and yeah, I also think the game just wasn't really like I don't love the game of Sequester. That's something. Like I think there's elements to it that I enjoy. Again, it's pretty much like a mix of the Genius and Survivor, with like little elements of like some elements of Big Brother, but it's the problem I have with Sequester, especially post Jury, it really becomes a very physical game where a lot of these bigger physical threats just aren't going to go home.
We will have victory. Together, we take the city.
Sorry about that. Because it's like, I mean, obviously there's still a chance, but it's like these physical threats, they can go, be voted out, but then they have the chance to win a challenge, and it's like, I feel like that kind of, I don't know, I don't love that aspect of it, because it's like, it's kind of at this point where we have, like, Jesse and Hamza, like, they're kind of, like, it's very unlikely that either of them are going home for a very long time.
Going to rip you to shreds, then rip those shreds into smaller shreds.
Enough sweet talk. Get him.
Alright, let's go. Okay. Oh my god, there's so many. Counter normal attacks from the front. Okay, well that's annoying. Ah, fuck. Oh my god. Oh my god. But, it's been a fine season. I think, I just think this is probably the weakest episode of the bunch. Especially because the boot ended up being like a super predictable boot anyway. I mean, like, the vote out ended up being a super predictable vote out, and then, again, Serena went home, which was kind of a surprise, but, again, who cares?
I appreciate it.
Ooh. Yeah, that's about it that I want to talk about. It was really those three things, I feel like. Yeah, got a lot of... No, I shouldn't say writing, because again, I'm not really... Okay. I'm still in the process of planning out the writing. Okay, what? We really got killed? Okay. That was the war chief, right? Yeah, okay. Cool, I guess?
I'd say we're even.
Well, yeah, still in the process of, like, planning everything out.
Less so for the war chief.
And his archers. We should go hunting again.
It would be my pleasure.
And, really condensing the story. It's really long. So I feel like I might as well, like, try to quicken it up and, like, take out unnecessary things as much as possible.
We must return to Shiloh.
But still trying to keep enough
Reason to go back.
areas for
Enough.
character interactions and whatever, obviously, like for development of certain
Maybe
characters
what
and
saves us
stuff.
all.
But again, this is just the planning process. This is kind of like not actually gonna I'm not starting the actual writing of the script and everything. Or again, I don't know how I'm gonna write this. That's the problem too. Is that okay? So we did that. Like, I still haven't 100% decided what medium I'm gonna go for with this. But either way, just applying out the story in general right now. To be honest, I think it could fit a game, but again, the problem, obviously, like, I'm not making a game for one. And two, obviously, like, I feel like with game narrative is just such a completely separate thing from these other types of narrative. What the fuck? Okay. where obviously game narratives have to be based more so around the mechanics that are available to you. But whatever. Again, I'm not making a game narrative. Let's just go for all these warrior ones or combat ones. But yeah. All right. Let's just. Well, I guess we're past 30 minutes. Okay. Yeah, we'll end here. This will probably be the last episode. No, actually, no. I'll probably record tomorrow night. But whatever. At this point that you're watching this, I'll probably be almost caught up to where I'll be continuing on after Legacy of the First Blade is done. But whatever. Yeah. What is this?
A slave team is nearby, strong enough to toil under.
It's the writing stuff.
To resist it.
Like I've gotten to a point where oh shit, where I'm like I've really okay. So with this story, I plotted out once way back when I first originally. Well, first off, it was supposed to be a lot shorter than what it is. It was like what is currently pretty much the like a long prologue section was pretty much the entirety of the story at one point. And since then, I have expanded upon it immensely. And when I expanded upon it, I plotted out everything. Like again, not in super great detail, but like had a rough outline of everything.
She can reveal Sauron's weakness. We need her.
But at what cost?
And okay, where's it? Okay, let's just head over there. I kind of want to talk for a little bit more. To be honest. Okay, so yeah. Have I died yet? I just realized I don't think I've died in the game yet. Have I? Maybe I have once. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, at the time, I plotted everything out, but again, not in super great detail. And then I kind of like never really touched it ever again, because like at that point, like I started writing like the script that I was writing when I was thinking of doing it as a comic, and I was really focusing on the beginning of the story and like never really focused on the ending as much, outside of like little pieces of foreshadowing here and there.
Shelob can help us weaken Sauron's forces.
She is skilled at using the truth to weave her lies.
Afterwards, like I mean, like a few months ago, like I mean, like 9, maybe like I don't know, 6, 9, 6. I think it was during the summer. Something during summer, I went over everything again and redid the outline for the entire story. Again, didn't really love. Oh no, I did not mean to start it. Shit. No, I don't mean to start this. We'll do this later. But we'll do this next episode. But oh no, they're still after me. Let's just hide in here. Again, I want to talk for a little bit, so but this will be the only episode I record for tonight because I do have class early tomorrow. But yeah, so I mean, what ended up happening with that is I did another outline where everything was fully formed, because I mean, I did change certain format thing. I mean, like structure things from the original outline. You know, to be honest, one section wasn't really fully outlined either. Like it wasn't. It was. Like, I mean, it was outlined to a degree. Like I mean, like it wasn't. Like I knew what I was gonna do there, but I didn't like talk about. Like I didn't write down every little thing that would happen there, but. So I did that because I just wasn't really happy with a lot of the things that I had for towards the end of the story. So yeah, and now I'm going back and I'm starting to get to that point again, because like essentially I've thought like essentially you can break up the story. Again, I'm trying to avoid spoilers here just in case I ever do release this, but essentially you could break up the story into 8 parts, and they're not equal parts there, but you could like easily break it up into 8 parts. Mind you, like parts in the like it's like the well, actually 8 parts. I mean, I guess if like well, okay, not gonna go into spoilers. But the first part essentially is super long, because I mean, again, that was the original story that I was originally meant to tell, and at this point, it's kind of like a prologue, but it's a super long prologue. But yeah, the first part is pretty long. The second part is not as. I mean, it's still well, how should I say this? I mean, like it's long still, but it's like, I mean, like, if say that like the first part is like 100, like the second part's probably like 70% of that. It's like 70 probably, and then or maybe 75, 80, probably somewhere around. Like it's shorter, but it's not like a ridiculous amount shorter. Then we get to the third part, which is even shorter, probably like around 60 or so. And we get to the fourth part, which is like probably 40. Like it's really short compared to the other one. And then 5, I believe, is probably like 50 or so. Like it's probably around half. And then 6 is the one that I really need to work on. Again, I've currently outlined it up until the 5th part, essentially. Like I'm working on the 5th part right now. But yeah, 6 is that one I really need to work on, because that's the one that like I had really, like I had to pretty much redo the outline from scratch last time, and I wasn't really happy with it. So this one, I'm like, when I get to it this time, I'm gonna have to really, really think about it and think about what I want to do. But yeah, that's probably gonna take a little while when I get to that. 7 is really long as well. The 7th part is pretty long. It's just as long as the first part. Because I mean, the 7th part is essentially the final part. Because I mean, the 8th part of the story is pretty much just an epilogue sort of thing. So the 7th part is really the meat and bones of the story, and like how everything ends. Do I not have my drink here? Oh, there it is. Okay. But and then, as I said, the 8th part's pretty much an epilogue. It's pretty short. Especially compared to all the other ones. Like, again, it's probably about like a quarter of what the first part was. But yeah, I mean, I'm currently going through the process of outlining. Yeah, to be honest, I probably enjoy the outlining part more than anything else, which is probably why it's taking me so long to fucking outline. Yeah, like the thing that I find so much fun is like trying to find all these different parts to connect, and all these different parts that because it's like, because the original way I built it was pretty connected within that first prologue, sort of the current prologue section. But then, like, since then, like, I sort of had all these different ideas I kind of put on paper, but like I never like I knew I was going to connect them at some point, but I never took the time to really connect them. And at this point, I'm actually connecting them, which I find really fun. But yeah, there's that. Yeah, so I'm like, essentially that first part is very solid at this point. Like I 100% know what I'm doing with that first part. And pretty much I know exactly what I'm doing for parts 1 through 3, 100%. 4, I have a good sense. Again, like I have it outlined, and I think it'll work the way I want it to. And then 5, again, I'm currently working on 5. Like 5 and on are the ones that I'm not as super. Because like when I originally wrote the outline, like parts 1 through 4 were super detailed. It's like 5 through 8 is kind of where I kind of started half-assing it with the outline. So it's like those parts I'm not as confident in, and yeah, obviously I want to be super confident in them, especially 7. I feel like 7 really needs to work, considering it's, again, the finish, like it's pretty much the end of the story, and especially because the epilogue, the like 8th part, is pretty short. Again, I don't know how I would even want to release this. I'm kind of thinking probably, I guess, a book series would probably be the best. The problem is I don't know if I can write a book. Because again, I know I can write a script. I don't know how well I'll do at a book. but I don't know. And again, like I've written a comic book script for like the first like what, like it was like 20 issues or so, and yeah, I mean, to be honest, it got exhausting. Like, I mean, it got pretty exhausting. I mean, a lot of it was because I was doing like this extra, like as I was writing, I was also wanting to document every little thing too, and I felt like that's the part that got exhausting, was having to document every little thing, like where a character appears, where, like where if a character is mentioned, like I mark it. I also marked like every little plot, like every single thing on the timeline of like where, like a complete timeline of the series, which I still have, and it's very detailed. And it only like it's like super fucking long, and it's only like the first like 2 arcs of the story. It's like fuck me, man. Mind you, it doesn't include, like, there's stuff on there that are kind of only referenced to, not necessarily like they're not shown or anything, obviously. But either way. But yeah, I would like to create a timeline for the entirety of the series, because it's gonna be so fucking long, and it would be so funny to actually look at. But it's a lot of work. I know I'm gonna make it eventually, though. I mean, like I'll have to make it eventually, but it's like a ridiculous amount of work, though. Because I mean, the story spans. I mean, just the core story spans over the course of 200 years. But obviously, like with background stuff and everything, like obviously, like it's over thousands of years at that point. So it's there's a lot there. So yeah, that will take a lot of time. But I don't know. It is what it is. And there's certain plot points that I'm debating about that would really fuck up with the timelines. Like, do I really? Because I think it's a cool idea. There's some cool ideas I was thinking, but it's like it would completely fuck up the entire timeline. Like how, and like how certain things are. Like I would have to pretty much redo the outline again. And it's like, is it worth it for this one thing that I would really want to do? And it's like, I don't know if it's really worth it. So yeah, and again, like I don't know, like this is also pretty fun for me to create too, because essentially what I'm doing with this series is it's kind of like every story that I want to write kind of mix into one. They're all interconnected, and I can't go further into that without spoilers of it. But I don't know, it's fun for me to write. So at least there's that. Again, who knows if it'll ever be released, but it's fun to talk about. For me, at least. Again, I'm sure no one cares, but still.
What's to stop it from doing the same to us?
It'd only kill off any man-pigs who try to take our thought.
Something I do worry about, though, with it is I'm wondering if my arcs are too short. Like I was like, because I mean the thing is, like, arcs are, the way I structure the story again is kind of similar to how a shonen would structure its story, where there's like these arcs, like I mean where like essentially there's all these like smaller arcs that come together to make this like much larger like saga or whatever, kind of similar to like a Dragon Ball, where like, yeah, with Dragon Ball you have like just thinking of like the Android 16, the Android 16, with the Android saga, like within that you have the, or is it the Cell saga, whatever that saga, whatever. Okay, let's just, whatever, yeah, that saga there, like essentially it's broken up into many pieces. Like it's broken up into the Future Trunks arc. Then it had, or I guess technically they call them saga. Dragon Ball's actually confusing. Fuck Dragon Ball. Alright, let's just go to, I guess One Piece. Like One Piece with the East Blue saga, the first saga in One Piece. Like it's broken up to so many arcs, where it's broken up into, like Romance Dawn arc, followed by what's it called? Well, like the Captain Morgan arc, and The one where he faces off against Buggy. I can't think of the fucking name of the village, but I know it's named after the village. But either way, like all these different art, and then like Arlong Park and Logtown and Syrup Village and all these other places. It's like those are individual arcs that come together to make this much bigger arc, and that's kind of the way I structured my story. But I don't know, I think that also makes it tougher to find the right format for it, because again, like I think probably the right format is comic, but I don't know if I want to do a comic of this. Again, I've talked about this in the past. I'm not going to go over it again, but whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of just trying to figure out how I want to rate it. And then again, like I was talking about before, is that, yeah, I'm worried that they're a bit too short. Because the thing about, like, because I'm thinking, like, because again, I wrote it out on a, like, I've written, like, pretty detailed outlines of, like, the first, like, what would, if it was, like, a comic or if it was a TV show, like, the first 100 episodes or first 100 issues. And, it seems about right. I mean, like, I think it's about right in terms of the pace, in terms of what happens within each one. But then, like, you look at, like, One Piece, and it's like, I'm like looking at One Piece and like just how many fucking like how many chapters or issues or that One Piece takes to tell a story. I'm kind of like looking at it, I'm like am I going through it too quickly? Like, am I like missing something? But it's like, I don't know. I don't think I am, because it's like I don't know what else to, like, I don't feel like I should like force anything in there, and I don't feel like anything, like I feel like everything that is necessary for the story, whether it be for character development or building of relationships or whatever, like I feel like it's there. So I don't know, but yeah, a bit worried that maybe I'm going through it too quickly. Because again, I like, obviously the process I'm going through now is like kind of trying to speed it up just to condense it to what needs to be there, but I'm kind of worried that I'm condensing it too much, especially with some of these later parts with like parts like I'm currently working on 5. I think 5 I'm kind of worried about that. 4 was one I'm definitely worried about. Again, like 1, 2, 3 I'm very solid on, but again, once I get to 3 and 4, like I'm a bit nervous on that, just because I feel like, because they're pretty short. I mean, they're pretty short, and I'm kind of worried on 2 fronts. I'm kind of worried that, 1, is it too short? Am I like reducing too much? And I'm also worried on the other fact is like, does this even need to be there? Does some of this stuff even need to be there? Because it's like, even though it's short, I feel like some of the stuff that's there is still being there just because I don't want to make it shorter. So I don't know. Again, I'm not going to go into spoilers or anything, because pretty much anything beyond the first story would be major spoilers for anything else. And even the first story, I'm not really even gonna, I might as well not even talk about either. But yeah, either way, I'm having fun writing it. But again, if I ever do want to actually do it, I'm definitely going to think about it a lot more, certain things a lot more. But yeah, I mean, like, again, it's pretty much just everything I loved as a kid. I mean, it's like the entire, like, it kind of mixes a lot of things, which again is another thing that I kind of worry about at points if I were to ever release it, is like, am I doing too much with this? But again, it is everything I would love as a kid, and like, if I were to watch it, like, I know if I were to watch it, even now, I think I would really like it. Again, that's me though. Like, I don't know if other people would. So yeah, I mean, again, it's a mix of everything I really like. A mix of like all the shonen I liked as a kid. Mix of things like Star Trek, Star Wars. Mix of, like, even like certain things from Assassin's Creed. More so philosophy sort of stuff from Assassin's Creed. mixed in with I don't know, certain like world building elements from like The Witcher and Game of Thrones. Some stuff from, I mean, even some stuff from like something like The Walking Dead or whatever, and a lot of world building stuff also from One Piece. One Piece is definitely a big inspiration there as well, which I guess is included in the shonen part. But yeah, because again, like I mean, it originally started off like when I originally wrote it back then, like it was a shonen. I mean, but I've kind of changed it since then to not be a shonen, but it still has elements of a shonen, as I said, like with its structure and whatever. But either way, whatever. I'm done. It's 15 minutes in. It's 12:15. I have class. I have to get up at 7 tomorrow for class, so we're done. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, I guess.